How's it going, NFL fans? Welcome to our MVP power rankings for Week 15. The way this works, couple of us, actually three of us guys now in the MVP network, get together, we talk about which teams we think are the best, pull them all together, and see what the consensus is. Now, sometimes Ricky ruins everything like he does as we start all the way on the bottom. At number 32, we have the Dallas Cowboys. This doesn't make sense to me because the San Diego Chargers are the worst team in all of existence right now. They are terrible. They should be 32. I don't care. I hate Greg Hardy too, but at least the Dallas Cowboys could beat the San Diego Chargers. I don't understand what's happening here. But like I said, 32, we have the Cowboys. At 31, the Chargers. Like I said, worst team ever. Then we had the Ravens at 30. The Browns at 29. Beating out the Ravens somehow, that once again doesn't make much sense to me, but they're just barely doing it. And then, of course, we had the Titans at number 28. A lot of bad teams, a lot of teams that really need to hit the draft hard this coming off season. Next chunk here, we have our first ties coming up. But first, we have the Atlanta Falcons, then a tie with the Dolphins and the 49ers, and finally the Chicago Bears coming in at number 24. Don't understand why the Chicago Bears are so low. I think the Chicago Bears are a great team. Probably top 5 overall. Somehow they're down here. They dropped quite a bit with these past couple Robbie Gould losses that they've had. Beyond that, the Dolphins are actually playing pretty well right now. That's why they kind of have been just in this middle area, not really moving around too much. But Falcons and 49ers both falling off quite a bit. Next one we had the Lions and the Rams tied at 22. We had the Saints, the Jaguars, and then the Colts. I want to point out the Jaguars and the Colts here because it's just two teams in the same division in this middle chunk here. Kind of just sitting around, not really proving that one team is better than the other. Jaguars definitely climbed up a bit. So we'll see if they continue looking like a real team for once and actually keep moving forward, or if they're going to be like a lot of these teams which are just kind of falling backwards. So the next chunk, we got the Bucks, we got the Texans, the Eagles, and then we have a tie with the Giants and the Redskins. Once again, divisional races here. You can see the Redskins and the Giants tied, both kind of in contention for... Actually, the Eagles are just below them, but all in contention for that divisional win. And the Texans right now, even though in the standings they are below the Colts just by a little bit, we're actually saying the Texans are going to be a better team and are more likely to actually win that division as opposed to the Colts. Next chunk forward, the Bills, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Jets, and the Packers. Packers, of course, no surprise that they're up towards the top. Even though they're not looking super great, they stick around the top. They're still going to be a playoff team. Vikings are probably getting into the playoffs too. Really, the teams in here that might not make the playoffs, Raiders and the Bills. They're probably neither one of these teams are making the playoffs, but they can play the upset card. Especially the Raiders can try and upset a few teams here. Jets, I definitely expect to see the Jets making a strong case to get into the playoffs. Next one, we have a couple of ties. We got the Bengals and the Chiefs tied. Don't really understand how the Bengals and the Chiefs are tied. I know the Chiefs are really hot right now, but that Bengals team, even with A.J. McCarron covering for a couple weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, I still think the Bengals can get quite a few wins. Have no problem. They're winning at least 2 of these last 3 games. Then we got the Steelers and the Seahawks, both tied at number 5. Great teams, both getting hot at the right time, making an impact. The Steelers are hoping that the Bengals lose all of their games with A.J. McCarron, who actually the Steelers, even though once again, standings-wise, below the Bengals, right now they're up on top, probably because they're looking so hot. Also, that injury doesn't help. The final group, this should come as no surprise to anybody. We got the Broncos, we had the Patriots, the Arizona Cardinals, and then Claw Up Nation, Carolina Panthers. I don't even need to say anything. You guys know why all these teams are here. You know why the NFC teams are on top over the AFC teams. But no surprise if our two teams competing for the Super Bowl come from this chunk of 4 right here. So thank you for checking out our Week 15 power rankings at the MVP Network, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, leave comments down below if you think your team was too high. I don't know why you'd think your team is too high, or if you think your team is too low. Also, let Ricky know that he's dumb because he screwed everything up and the Chargers are not the worst team in all of our power rankings. But also, when you hit that subscribe button, we are still at the quest for 500. So help us out if you can. Share this video with any friends you think might like it. Anybody who you're thinking, oh man, they're going to be so mad that they put their team all the way at the bottom here. Whatever it might be, let us know. We're giving away a signed copy of some sports game, whichever one you might want, once we do hit 500 of one of our subscribers who goes ahead and leaves a comment. So make sure you guys do that. Hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, enjoy your football. We've got some of it on Saturday now. I don't know what that's about. But we will see you guys next week.